My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. Notice: intellectual property theft is particularly egregious and equally unlawful where the sole inventor and creator of the intellectual property is the targeted individual. Erica Lorraine Spencer, subject to the unconstitutional and inhumane government system of gang stalking, otherwise referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices, because of which the intellectual property created by the targeted individual, who is, in fact, Erica Lorraine Spencer, as the intellectual property also proves, serves to establish via evidence and expose the existence of criminal surveillance and thus an inherent threat posed by the U.S. government and the civilian population sharing engagement in the unlawful system. Such evidence, that includes all of the content created by Erica Lorraine Spencer, images, videos, audio, etc., belongs solely and entirely to Erica Lorraine Spencer only and is necessarily published online in order to protect her life, safety, and liberty as the targeted individual, who is also the intellectual property owner, no less protected from theft procured through targeting by a public entity. Theft of any intellectual property belonging to Erica Lorraine Spencer, which is necessarily committed while she, being both creator and inventor, remains oppressed by the public entity via criminal surveillance, is a criminal and inhumane means of infringement under all circumstances and not protected nor enforceable pursuant to any invalid or fraudulent acts of copyright, trademarks, patents, etc., including as it pertains to any ideas associated with or generated from the intellectual property or the intellectual property owner, Erica Lorraine Spencer, whether creative, business, or otherwise, nor does the intellectual property owner consent to any such means of infringement and theft. Erica Lorraine Spencer here. The following is an audio version of video evidence that is captured for purposes of mass distribution, which is why I am capturing it and sharing it on the podcast for evidentiary purposes and also to reveal the wealth of documentation that extends beyond what it is that I document on podcasts. Much of the video and images will be published onto the YouTube channel, the P.O.C, and it is also shared on the Google Drive. Again, this is for purposes of revealing what I remain subject to, which is federal group stalking and monitoring. It is a demonic system of state surveillance that the government is practicing in concert with the people of the state, and it should be known and well understood that for the government to engage in federal group stalking and monitoring, this is a crime that is committed with a criminal purpose to threaten the life of an American citizen. This is to conspire to murder and or permanently kidnap an American citizen while engaging in a perpetual sex offense in concert with the people of the state. That's P.O.C with Engineer Light. 157-8909. That's Upland Police gang stalking in Ontario, California. And they're coming around the corner while they're monitoring me, while the entity is Upland Police. That's federal prison, I just want to be clear. They're aware of the evidence that I'm publishing on the internet right now. indeed the same entity that is gang stalking with the Ontario Police Department. They're coming around the corner as the fake sun comes around the corner. I've been capturing images of the people of the state gang stalking, and it's currently 9:01 a.m. where the entity's maintaining the fake sun over me while I'm, again, in the duration of time analysis and the distinct location where you could juxtapose the fake sun is over me here, like at the Ontario Town Square, versus over 537 North Euclid Avenue. The people of the state are engaging in surveillance with the Upland Police Department in Ontario, California. License 9TPX237. Upland Police are going to federal prison. The city of Ontario is maintaining amplified audible noise while Upland Police are maintaining criminal surveillance in the path. All right, that's sexual assault and battery that the Upland Police are engaging in. And like I stated before, this is an entity, a public entity. And going from city to city is an illustration showing that it is a statewide pattern of conduct. The city of Ontario is gang stalking with the city of Upland, who are engaging in surveillance behind 537 North Euclid Avenue, where I'm at, where the entity is keeping the fake sun over me, engaging in what is sexual assault and battery hundreds and hundreds of times over. 9HQD123. And Upland Police are engaging what are coming in to drive in front of me. They're stalking in the path. I'm not obstructing their path. They're engaging in surveillance, and they speed out and drive in front of me to blare their horn, which is activity creation, harassment, while I'm catching these demons engaging in surveillance in Ontario, California. 9KHY001. And that's what they are doing. They are gang stalking. They are outside of their jurisdiction. That's how important I am. That's how important my vagina is. With regard to this entity that includes Upland, California, what the city of Ontario is engaging in is showing what the entire state of California is engaging in. Okay, that's relevant. Those are two males in that vehicle. I just want to be clear, that's federal prison, and Upland Police engaged in kidnapping as well. I just want to be clear. That is a basis of disbanding, and they are in Ontario, gang stalking with the terrorists of the Ontario Police Department, and doing so with regard to what is monitoring my every movement, okay? Doing so as I walk this way, you are stalking in the path. You're engaging in tracking my steps. So they are intentionally coming in, crossing path and blaring their horn while they are engaging what is gang stalking me, anticipating that I'm coming right toward them to document, okay? By toward them, meaning I don't know that they're stalking behind the building, and in anticipation of me catching them engaging in the pattern of conduct, because that's exactly what it is. You're being caught. They are speeding out and driving in front of me and blaring their horn, and engineer light is all over the ground. Those are demons. Upland Police is very heavily documented gang stalking and engaging in what is stalking me, as you'll see in 2022, stalking me at the Farmer Boys on Upland, in Upland, California, under the fake sun, demons, while the entity has the fake sun over Farmer Boys on Foothill Boulevard. When is that happening? When the fake sun is setting and rising right here on Euclid Avenue between F and C Street at the OVITT Family Community Library. The Upland Police are engaged in the pattern of conduct. They're demons, and they're coming to Ontario with regard to knowledge. It's all about the fact that they're coming and participating. Everybody wants to come experience the prosecution. Demons is what it is. They're demons that want to be in my path while they're stalking, and I'm documenting it. And the city of Ontario, Pollyon's being removed while the city of Ontario is gang stalking me with Upland Police in furtherance of murder. Okay, this is P.O.C. Everyone that I'm documenting by license plates, they're committing sexual assault and battery in concert with Upland Police, who are engaging in surveillance. This is P.O.C. All right, license 7VPL320. And sharing in surveillance with Upland Police is this demon over here, which is also who I was going to document. So I'm going to go get this license plate right here. I want you to see the fake sun in the same position that it is while I'm at Bethel Congregation, this building right here, at 12:36 in the afternoon. And it's hovering over that same building that it's hovering over now while I'm capturing the entity gang stalking with the people of the state in Ontario, California. Okay, they are co-conspirators of murder, sharing it under a fake sun, showing who in fact is being targeted, the one that had the presence of mind, the one that had the actual intelligence quotient to document the supernatural, where the demon possessed think that they can use witchcraft and you'll never be able to prove it, and that they'll be able to defame you. And in fact, the demon possessed who are mentally ill of Upland Police and the people of the state in the city of Ontario, they're going to be committed and they're going to prison. This is prison. He's engaging in surveillance with Upland Police. He's sharing in what is harassment. He's monitoring while they're crossing paths, while they're engaging in surveillance. They're vicariously acting while Upland Police are engaging in surveillance right behind me, this building, 537. And the fake sun is over me as I'm documenting at Bethel, 12:36 p.m. This is that's the entity that's engaging in what is surveillance. Allied Universal with the same criminal purpose. They are all tracking my steps everywhere that I'm going, so they're stalking in the path, making sure that I'm surrounded. 9LVR 315. I believe his name is Steven, the company owner. I'm prosecuting him, okay? His employees, that company, that logo is engaging in what is terrorism. That's why they're driving up and down the street with their hazards on. They're stalking me day and night under the fake sun, and they've been doing so since I embarrassed them, documenting them gang stalking at Chevron like a pack of cockroaches. that are in need of a raid. It is currently 9:06 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, that's the entity that's engaging with is gang stalking. Ontario Police, Upland Police, interchangeable. It's the same entity, and that's exactly what I was stating. The Los Angeles Police Department is being documented still while I'm in San Bernardino County because they share the same criminal pattern of conduct. That's why when I'm in Los Angeles, you have the same pattern, which is supernatural. The fake sun is rising and setting over me at Alvarado Gardens, where my employer, the people of the state speaker companies, conspired my murder by hiring me, and I'm subject to gang stalking by the people of the state. Literally, as the property manager and the residents, in concert with the city of Los Angeles gang stalking me, including by helicopter, the hallmark under the fake sun. This is P.O.C. It's 10:06 a.m. So that is Southwest Airlines, the particular entity that is acting by the people of the state. It is Southwest Airlines, the current terrorist, in the same way that this is the people of the state, one demon, that license plate, acting on behalf of the people of the state, the entity that are all the government. This is documenting every single last license plate as you're understanding the significance and what the pattern of conduct is already proven and who is legally responsible, who is sharing in the criminal activity. But under the legal theory, they're responsible, and also in actuality, the P.O.C. has proven that they are in fact sharing in criminal conduct. And that is relevant to what I'm documenting at this corner. This is the same Lemon and East Street where I'm at on Sunday after 12 p.m., 12:49 p.m. to be exact. That's over 2.5 hours from now, and the sun's in the same position where Southwest Airlines is gang stalking with all of the people of the state. No airports, no terminals are going to create not only hovering, not only the sound of the planes, which is with regard to the monitoring conduct, but you're also physically, you can prosecute outside of the demonic activity they're engaging in. The terminals are not creating any planes over the housing community that is sharing in the pattern of conduct. And this is where you're recognizing conspicuous surveillance, which is an unlawful threat. They're engaged in monitoring on devices as well. License 9VRG858 is gang stalking with Southwest, gang stalking with the city of Ontario, gang stalking with the city of Upland, that came down to Ontario to share in the experience of being prosecuted on video, because we needed to update, add some more as of 2026. They are gang stalking in 2025, going to the OVITT Family Community Library. That is the Upland Police Department. The entity has the fake sun over me, which is after 12 p.m. on Sunday. And this is a psychopath that's looking to the left and the right. They also engage in what is harassment, physical violence, theft of property, assault and battery on behalf of the entity, with whom they're engaging in surveillance. Southwest Airlines is engaging in what is stalking while I'm at this same corner, and demons are stalking in the path with light. Remember the demon, he has a minor child in the vehicle stalking at the corner. Fake sun is over me right here. This is the same parking lot, same housing community I'm documenting at East Street and Lemon, and the entity is hovering, psychopathic pacing, because it's not traffic. They're pacing under the fake sun, engaging in surveillance, and I document all their license plates. And then they go on the internet and remove it. And then the Ontario Police engage in stalking by helicopter, and around we go. The entity's engaging in this P.O.C., and they're doing so while they're keeping evidence under surveillance. You're going to prison. This is called impunity. And this is why you're monitoring vagina. This is why you're then engaging in criminal summoning. This is why you have the audacity to engage in criminal defamation when you are a pacing feces consumer. That's impossible light dragging across the wall while a demon is stalking under fake sun. And even if that impossible light wasn't there, the evidence is showing that that is stalking, because the fake sun is still over me at this same location, which is what I documented on Sunday. By the way, this is San Bernardino County Housing Authority. That's a state actor, just like the DMV. Just like San Bernardino County Transitional Assistant Office, they're gang stalking. This is P.O.C. Southwest Airlines is engaging in that conduct while I'm uploading evidence onto the video of the internet that the state of California is keeping under surveillance. Okay, this old dirty bastard right here is pacing. He's monitoring. Okay, this is the entity that's engaging that, looking like he's a cigarette. He's engaging in the pattern of conduct with the government, maintaining aerial surveillance over me, doing so under the fake sun, and the people of the state are being prosecuted because the government's already prosecuted. What you're recognizing, what I have proven, what the P.O.C. shows beyond a reasonable doubt and to a scientific degree, is that the government are the people of the state. They're not private citizens. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 10:09 a.m. And as you all know, there's no sun over the entrance of the OVITT Family Community Library. Okay, so those psychopaths that include Mickey, that likes to engage in stalking with the gang members of the Ontario Police, because I'm prosecuting her on the first floor of that venue, where engineer lights in the bathroom, where you have those engaging in surveillance outside of the bathroom. They're engaging in what is psychopathic and sexually perverted, sexually motivated, predatory, and criminal conduct.
And then the entity, absence of any coincidence, could you be any more of a baboon to have the gang member in that uniform as I go upstairs? Mickey's going to prison. That's the bottom line. This is the P.O.C. 9VUE893 7ZNB098. These are the demons that, again, are traditionally, oh, they're great. They are gratified, okay? They are just titillated with regard to bullying somebody, defaming and stealing from them. Mickey's being bullied with evidence proving that she's a psychopath and a sex offender, a closeted homosexual. And the more that she engages in what is gang stalking me, conspicuous with the Ontario police, the longer that psychopath is going to prison. And it's the same for everybody else at the OVITT Family Community Library. The evidence showing the state of California, the people of the state, are engaging in surveillance and they're demons. P.O.C. How funny is that?
Okay, so I want you to look at all these shadows of my hands. That's 1, 2, 3 shadows of my hands. And you can see this. See that source of light reflecting off the lens? Impossible light activity. All right, and you can see the floor. This is sexual assault and battery that the entity is committing right now. And this is, they are walking by, creating light activity. They are demons, okay? And they're doing so with regard to everything that I'm selecting. And the psychopaths come closer and engage in that. That's what you're looking at. This is the dog face that I already documented earlier. And the entity is engaged in what is molestation. This is impossible light activity. By the way, this is exactly what the entity is doing over the summer, where they had engineer light concentrated all the way back here. And as I publish the evidence of that, the entity is resuming that. They're, again, engaging in this while everyone's acting like this is the evidence that's going to serve to diagnose and have them committed. Sexual assault and battery. This is indeed sexual assault and battery. Remember, Ontario police are walking through this same entrance at 10:37 in the morning. This is the same venue. I'm walking in this morning, and this is the same pattern. This is supposed to be, again, you're going to prosecute and diagnose based on the illusion that is highly unintelligent and delusional, okay? The entity's engaging what is stalking. She's sitting in the engineer light. She's stalking. Okay, remember Sparky that engages in that? You see my shadow appear under here? This is my shadow. This is a sex offense. These are predators that are stalking at the corners, molesting while I'm capturing their license plates. They're doing it inside of a building. All right, and then they also walk in the bathroom monitoring vagina. So let me show you concentrated light that's appearing on the inside of the building over here. This is the same location where the city of Ontario is surrounding with their vehicles, and that's supposed to have the fake sun bouncing like a basketball, creating light activity on the ceiling. This is another iteration of the same pattern of conduct, stalking with light, very deranged conduct, and this is gang violence. And this is all surveillance. These are all demons. So pursuant to what their actual focus, which is me and what I'm doing on my devices and also my vagina, they're engaging what is light activity, walking by me on my computer, any means of what is stalking with light, any means of harassing, any means of terrorizing, while they're all focused and focusing on me and what it is that I'm doing, which is prosecuting and discerning demons. Okay? The entities engaged in that pattern of conduct. This is not the sun. This is the same demon you see stalking in the parking lot of the Ontario Town Square in the morning. This is an entity that's engaged in that, and the focus of the engineer light is even on me. You can see it reflecting off of the computer that I'm sitting on, and that's not even the sun. This is how you know that they're mentally ill. Okay, OVITT Family Community Library, those demons are going to be committed. They're going to prison for kidnapping. They are sharing in what is stalking. This is the city of Ontario, the Ontario Police Department, Upland Police coming to Ontario gang stalking, sitting next to me, sparking with light while you're still talking and keeping your head in the opposite direction. These are the mentally ill that are gang stalking. Okay, this is P.O.C. and it is currently 4:48 p.m. Alexander Grigg, he's going to be subject to what is a commitment. He's walking in the engineer light. The bookcase is noise. That's the shadow of the staircase, and it's 4:49 in the evening. There are shadows all over the wall. This is monitoring. This is where you're engaging in surveillance in bathrooms. This is the admission of a sex offender. The government, remember? And this is the removal of Paul Leon. This is the admission that Paul Leon is a domestic terrorist. He is signing his name. As you see his picture inside of this facilitating venue, he's being removed from office for the monitoring, ongoing conspiracy of murder, the sexual violence of an entity, which he shares in this same civic center where the fake sun is remaining over. My evidence shows that I'm at the Ontario City Hall at 12:51 in the afternoon during daylight savings time. The sun would not still be at the same civic center at 4:49 p.m. The sun is not going to be at the same entrance where even Ontario police are gang stalking me at 10:37 in the morning yesterday. The sun is not creating engineer light into the depths of any building. You are intentionally in that path. You're looking at psychopaths that look perplexed while they're gang stalking you at the same time. They're going to be diagnosed with that. That's called malice. That's the spirit of Satan, okay? Satan is an illusionist. Satan is a spirit. and you are able to manifest what is that ongoing psychopathic conduct when you're looking at what is pacing through a third-party vendor. That's a business. This is what Southwest is doing when they're stalking and the fake sun is here. This is where the fake sun is at 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, when I'm outside at the same Wells Fargo, 240 North Euclid Avenue. This is the P.O.C. Alrighty, this is the entity that's engaged in this is impunity while they're gang stalking, so nothing is happening, and I am the focal point of everything. They are going to prison at OVITT Family Community Library. Alright, this is P.O.C. This is a sex offense, and this is understanding the sexual violence that the entity is focused on outside with regard to molestation via engineered light. This is a sex offense. This is an entity that's unlawfully touching while keeping me under surveillance inside of the building. This is an unprecedented sex offense while a group of people are keeping your vagina under surveillance on behalf of the government, and they do so with minor children. Okay, those minor children are also demon possessed. This is P.O.C. It's currently 4:50 p.m. This is documentation of harassment and terrorism, psychological torture, and it's also relevant to the entity that's conspiring your murder. This is how gang stalking is executed by the people, and it's public corruption. All right, they will be subject to deportation, loss of custody of minor children, and they will be prosecuted as terrorists. This is P.O.C. All right, it's currently 4:50 p.m.